So this is a step-by-step guide on how to build your own kitchen cabinets. When trying to renovate your kitchen or building your own kitchen cabinets, you quickly realize that it's a very big and expensive and time-consuming problem. The solution to this problem is to do it yourself. Yes, you can do it yourself these days. It is easier than you think, and it's easier than ever. And as a bonus, is it fun? You save a lot of money. Trades can be very expensive. Trades actually are the biggest part of the cost. You learn new skills, you exercise with purpose, you increase the value of your home, you get exactly what you want, and you have the satisfaction of building it with your own hand. I have to mention right from the beginning, this is a video that's not intended for the professionals, it's intended for the simple people with limited resources. Experience, therefore, is not needed, a workshop is not needed, expensive machines or tools are not needed. Everybody can do this in their own kitchen, in their own living room, porch or backyard. A small space in your home and and some basic tools, that's all you need to build it. Now, in order to achieve this, I have two assumptions here. So number one would be the build style. The build style has to be easy, simple, and accessible for everyone. And for that, I prepared a downloadable guide, and you have the link in the description of this video. So I know there are professionals, trades, companies that they build the cabinets in various ways, more or less complex, but you don't have to do that in order to build a beautiful and strong kitchen cabinet yourself. And the second assumption would be suppliers. So everything, in order to make it easier for you to build this, everything that you see here has to be available at your local DIY store, which is Home Depot, Lowe's in US, Leroy Merlin or Obi in Europe, or Kingfisher in the UK. So all the panels that you see here, all the accessories like handles, hinges, legs, screws, including the tools, the drill and the drill bits, everything they have to be available at your local store. And for that, I prepare in the guide all the information that you need with screenshots and everything you need to identify everything that you need, so in great detail. Also, I have to mention, although these retailers, they sell like big boards of these panels, you can ask them to cut all these panels to size for you. Yes, they do have a cutting service, which is very cheap. The only thing you have to do is to confirm with them they have that cutting service, panel cutting service at the location that is closest to your place. As for the doors, you can use like the same panels that you use for the sides or the body of the cabinet for the doors as well. Or if you want to spend more money and get more fancy, you can buy doors from the same retailers, Home Depot and Lowe's and all that, or special retailers, MDF doors, which are painted or foiled with a special plastic foil. They usually come at a higher price tag, and they have pre-drilled holes for the hinges and for the handles. But again, you don't have to do that. You can use exactly the same material for the doors as for the sides. Okay, so now let's dive deep into how to build this. This is an overview again. Everything that you need, it's in the downloadable link, like the actual guide with great detailed instructions, with everything that you need, like all the materials, all the sizes for all the panels, all the tools that you need, all the fasteners that you need, accessories and all that. So please go there and follow the link. Other than that, this is a specific cabinet which is 30 inches wide by 30 inches high and 24 inches wide. The height doesn't include the legs, of course, which is another 4.5 inches. more are coming. For that, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Okay, so you have two main sub-assemblies, I should say here. You have the body of the cabinet, which includes also the doors, and you have the accessories. So for the body, we're gonna switch to see it isolated. The body itself is an assembly made of several panels that you can get them, as I said, cut to size based on the dimension in the bill of materials I have prepared for you in the document, downloadable document, and you get all these panels. So before starting everything, you would go to the DIY store, be it Home Depot, Lowe's, or Leroy Merlin, or another store that is close by you, and you will ask them to cut all these panels for you. Okay, after you get the panels, the first step would be to apply edge band on all the visible sides, like this, for instance. This would be visible after you finish assembling the whole cabinet. Also, if you make the doors for yourself, this would be visible all around the door, so you would need to apply edge band on that. After applying the edge band on all the visible edges, the first step would be to start drilling the shelf pin holes, which are these two holes in the middle. All the dimensions for everything that I'm explaining here are presented in great detail in the guide. Okay. After you drill those holes, the next step would be to assemble the bottom panel. For that, you will lay the panels on the back as shown here. Make sure that these panels are flush at the bottom, flush also at the top, and you would fasten them using using 3 screws as shown here. Okay. Now again, exactly on how to do this, you have everything that you need in the guide. There I describe a special bit with a cutting head that cuts this chamfer for you and also drills all the way through both panels, so you end up with a proper hole for the screws I recommend. The only important thing to remember here would be to go straight with the drill, so you don't pierce the top and the bottom, and you go deep enough so the screw doesn't split this panel. After this, the next step would be to assemble the top rails. You have these 2 rails, which are the top side. Each rail has to be assembled using the same technique and the same screws. 2 screws per rails, like that. Dimension from the side, dimension from the other side, all that in the guide. The next step would be to assemble the other side. So you keep the cabinet on the back as shown, and you repeat everything that you did here, you repeat it here. So you would assemble the top rails, both rails, and the bottom. The rails each with 2 screws, the bottom with 3 screws. In the same way, next you would have a back rail like this. This is for rigidity. You can keep the cabinet down like that while assembling that with these 2 screws, or you can stand up the cabinet. The only important thing here is that to make sure that all these rails that I'm talking about, they are flush with their own side. So for instance, this is flush with that, and this is flush with that, and so on and so forth. You have another rail at the bottom, you assemble that in the same way, and the last step to building the box would be to attach the back. So in order to do that, you lay the cabinet face down, just like this. You bring in the back panel, which is actually a medium density fiberboard, which is very, very thin, and it's smaller than the cabinet itself. This is by design. I will fasten this using nails, 1 nail every 2 or 3 inches. After fastening the back, basically the box is ready to be assembled with the accessories. So you switch to the assembly mode. In this stage, you would have only the box and the legs. you would place the box upside down and you would fasten all the 4 legs to the bottom of the cabinet. Now, important thing to remember here is that you use this kind of legs which have this tab, and this tab goes all the way to the edge to support the sides. Otherwise, you risk breaking the cabinet if you climb on it. So that's gonna support that, and every leg is assembled using 4 screws. So 4 times 4 equals 16 screws. The 5/8 or 60mm screws that I recommend in the guide. Again, details in the guide, everything that you need. As a position of these legs, the only important, besides the tab overlapping the sides, the only important thing would be here the position of the front leg relative to the face of the cabinet, because in the end this will give you the depth of the toe kick that goes under the cabinets after you finish assembling the whole kitchen. The next step would be to install a door here. So you start with one door. You lay the cabinet down on the side, on the hinge side, as shown, and bring in the door. Also the hinges. So these doors, as I said before, they should have all the holes pre-drilled if you buy them from a special door manufacturer, that they can pre-drill the holes for you. If not, you will have a 35 special 35 millimeters hole that has to be precisely placed, and that you can do it by yourself. I gave you the tool that you need in the guide. I also gave you all the precise dimensions to position this hole. So you would insert the hinges in these holes, make sure this side is parallel with this side, and fasten this hinge using the 5/8 or 60mm screws to the door like that. And after that, fasten both hinges, and after that, flip these hinges inside the cabinet. Make sure you have a 1/8 of an inch gap between the door and the cabinet when flipping this, and then fasten these hinges using the same screws as you use here. Okay, and that would be pretty much it, and that applies for the other door as well. After finishing with that, you will have the other door. So you keep this first door installed, you lay the cabinet on the other side this time, and you repeat everything that I said for this door on this door. So insert the hinges, make sure they are parallel, drive the screws in the door first, then bring the door close to the cabinet, make sure you have 1/8 of an inch or 3mm gap between the door and the cabinet, and then flip the hinge inside and fasten also the inside part of the hinge inside the cabinet. And this would be pretty much it with the doors. After finishing installing the doors, you will need to install the handles. So remember, you didn't have the 10 handles so far. You would have only the doors, and now is the time to actually install the handles. In order to install the handles, you would open the door. You would bring the handle and handle screws. The handle vendor should provide also 2 metric screws to use them to fasten the handle from the back of the door through the door into the handle body. Again, these screws are provided by the handle vendor, and the holes here, again, they can be made by the door manufacturer if you buy the door from an MDF door with profiles from a door vendor, or if not, you can drill this by yourself. Not a big deal. All the details that you need are in the guide. Install both handles for the left and the right door, and basically now the cabinet is fully assembled. For the next step, you would actually remove the doors for the ease of the installation. So the way to remove the doors, if you're gonna use the hinges, I recommended they have a special clip. You unclip the door and remove it, and after that you add it back after you finish the whole installation. If not, you just unscrew these two screws in order to release the door. Either way, it's an easy process. So after removing the doors and the shelf, you are actually you have this body of the cabinet with the legs only. So it's easier for you to install it on position. So bring the cabinet to the place you wanna, the final place where it's gonna be installed, and adjust the height that you need for the cabinet. Compensate for the. So bring the cabinet in the final position. Adjust the height. Adjust the height of the legs as desired. Compensate for the floor irregularities, and fasten the cabinet if we want it to the wall. It's not needed, but if you want to fasten it, you can fasten it. And make sure before that the cabinet is actually horizontal. This is very, very important. Okay, so after placing the cabinet into the final position, you can add back the shelf and the doors. Before this, don't forget. You have the countertop at the top, and don't forget to fasten the countertop from below. If you need to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can fasten it from the bottom up. Please make sure you use the proper screws. Again, information in detail in the guide, so you don't use long screws, so you don't pierce the countertop. And that would be pretty much it. The only thing that would be left would be the screws, the visible screws on the sides. If this cabinet goes between other cabinets, this won't be visible. But if it doesn't and it bothers you, you have screw caps to cover this. I don't find them. I don't find this is a problem for me, so I just leave all the screws exposed. But if you want, you can cover them. And this is pretty much it. Please comment in the comment section. As I said, more cabinets are coming, so please stay tuned, subscribe, like, and share. I remind you there is a downloadable document available which explains everything in great detail, everything that I just show you here. This is just an overview. The document has all the tools that you need, all the hardware, all the materials that you need, all the screenshots from, I took them from Home Depot, but you can find them in your local store. You can show them the pictures I have there, because yes, you do have pictures. You have all the dimensions you need. You have a cut list with the precise size of every and each panel in this document for this particular size. And you have the step-by-step guide with 3D drawings, notes, dimensions, lots of dimension in great detail. Yes, different sizes are coming. This is, as I said, has this 30 by 24 by 30, but different sizes are coming. If you need a specific size, just please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to visit my link.